mention something that's bad for you. Like you in Islam, like you say, you know what? I don't know. I don't like this.
Okay. Okay. Why do I have to cover?
Okay. Firstly, because number one. Firstly, because God said so.
Why does she have to cover? Because Allah said so. Honestly, that's a good answer. I know many ex-Muslims argue that this is not a good reason, but it is. Claiming that a woman has the right to choose what she wears is meaningless if there is an Allah and He wants you to cover. You might think it's unfair, but who are you compared to the creator of the universe? The ultimate arbiter of what is right and what is wrong. Do you really trust your own feeble mind over the all-knowing source of everything that exists? The only relevant questions would be whether Allah is real or not, and how the hell can we tell that the Quran and the Sunnah are reliable sources for His commandments?
We have this false notion that when a woman takes her hijab off, she chose to take it off. I believe this is the biggest false fallacy ever.
Okay.
You know why?
Why?
Because I'm asking you a question. Did you choose to take your hijab off?
I never had a hijab.
Okay, you never wore it?
Never.
Okay. Are you telling me that as a woman, you choose not to wear the hijab?
Yes.
I say no. And I'll prove you. Let me tell you how. Are you telling me that the beauty industry, the females around you, the society that you live in have no effect on you and the way you are perceived? And that has no element on you that you may feel, because the book that I refer to called Beauty Sick tells you about women who are beauty sick. Their sickness is beauty.
Okay.
Which is what? When someone comes to me and says, I choose to wear the hijab, I'm like, please don't lie. You wear the hijab because Allah told you to. And now somebody comes and says, well, that's Islam is oppressive. And I say, well, no, hold on a second. Because the very women who wear mini skirts, who go get their breasts done, their backside done, their hips done, their nose done. Can you imagine? They smash their nose. You know your nose, it gets smashed and then reshaped. This is very important. The point is this. Are you telling me these people go and say, I choose to? No, you don't choose to. You do it because the beauty industry, the standards that the society have put a bar on, you are trying to reach those at the cost that you can even lose your life. There was a Brazilian woman who died because she got implants on her backside.
Ali is accepting that women don't wear the hijab by choice, but he's arguing that they don't take it off by choice either. He's arguing that almost all that we do is not our choice, that our thoughts and actions are the products of what we are influenced by. Our parents, our friends, our teachers, the videos that we watch, the podcasts that we listen to, the books that we read. This is true, but what Ali misses is that when most people are talking about choice, they're not talking about this philosophical freedom independent from all influence. Such a choice doesn't exist. We're talking about actions that are influenced by good information. Information that paints a more accurate picture of reality for the decision maker. This makes it more likely for the decision maker to choose actions that are more in line with maximizing her well-being. The closer our beliefs are to reality, the more likely we are to take steps in the right direction. Bad information or influence from society can lead you to make bad decisions like excessive plastic surgery or putting on the hijab. Ali paints a picture where obsession over your beauty is the alternative to wearing the hijab, but there are many healthier alternatives in between.
The point is this, nobody has a choice. Listen carefully.
But then why do you have free will if you don't have a choice? What's the fucking point if God, excuse me for swearing. So why has God, okay, so your argument here is telling me that God gives you free will and allows you to have free will, but you do not have a choice.
Okay, let me explain.
In any matter.
No, listen to me carefully. You have free will. You have a choice in what sense? Which one to follow? So
so you're given free will just to choose God.
No. Listen, let me explain. Let me explain it.
No?
Let me explain it.
Okay.
For example, both of them don't have no choice. The one who goes and gets her nose done and has makeup and can't leave the house without makeup, being in front of the window for 2 hours, etc. Okay, and the woman who wears the hijab, they are both told to do so. One is told to do so by the
God,
one who created her. Thank you. Now, 1 second. This is where it's crucial.
Okay.
Which one is deserving of being listened to? The one who created you or society?
I mean, if you believe.
Not believe. If, argument's sake, if God exists and He's telling you, And by the way, we as men need to cover up as well.
I mean, yeah, but that's a theoretical question that you're asking me, because how, like,
But I ask you theoretically. But
so,
if I ask you theoretically,
yeah, so if someone was,
who is more deserving of being obedient to?
I mean, if that is your argument, then of course it's your creator that
Okay,
is,
good.
The obvious problem with claiming that no one has a choice is that God's justice would make no sense. If our actions are not really our choice, then what is there to judge? Ali solves this by claiming that there's only one choice. Everything else is not a choice. You're only free to choose your master. Once you choose your master, you have to obey it. The two options for masters being described here is either Allah or the society. Here's the problem with Ali's logic. If all your actions are not really your choice and forced upon you by society, what makes choosing your master any different? If all your actions are not a choice, then choosing your master is also not a choice. Seems like Ali is guilty of the special pleading fallacy. He's being very selective here. Aren't Muslims Muslim because they're born into it or because of the impact of society? Ali has to be selective here, because denying all choice would piss on Allah's justice. But Allah does the pissing himself. According to the Quran, you don't have this choice. The Quran says, as for those who disbelieve, it makes no difference whether you warn them or not. They will not believe. God has sealed their hearts and their ears, and their eyes are covered. They will have great torment.
Both individuals have no choice. They are both told to do something.
Okay.
One is from the creator,
Yeah.
one is from the creation.
okay.
This is where I accepted Islam, because I said, hold on a second, and I'll give you this personal story. I used to have a jumper like this. It was a black one.
Okay.
I thought I looked really handsome in it. No, I genuinely thought I look very good in this jumper. I mean, I think I look very good. Maybe some people might differ. And I used to hate the jumper. It used to make me itch. When I used to be in the club, I used to itch, but I just hated it. But I was like, no, I look good. Yeah? I said to myself, you know what? I'm the biggest slave. This is my master. This jumper is my master. It's like girls who walk into clubs with this much heels and they have to take you off in winter and it's freezing cold. Have you ever stood on pavement? Bruv, when I look at them, I feel the pain. I feel the pain. And the thing is, I'm like, that is your slave. And just as me, when I was getting a jumper or driving a certain car or going to the gym, I'm not saying you can go to the gym for
So
health
you're
reasons.
basically saying you'd rather be a slave
To the one who
to
created
someone
me?
bigger than me than to the
Exactly.
society that
You know
we
why? You know why,
live in.
sister? Because the
Right.
creation is never going to be happy with me. When I die, they're going to backbite me. They're going to talk bad of me. The creator is the one that's going to be with me. He's the one who created me. He deserves my worship. Why would I go and try to please a group of people that are never going to be happy with me? And the one who created me deserves it. And guess what? Once I became a slave to him is when I found my true freedom. Once I became a slave to
That's
him,
a very good point, honestly.
Makes sense if Allah is real, but if not, Muslims are submitting to society just like everyone else. Hijab is just another form of modesty culture. God is just an excuse. In fact, Islamic culture is more coercive because society's influence has been given divine status. This is why we should aim for the head, for divinity, for revelation, for faith. The aim should be to fight the methodology that produces such horrible results, not the conclusion. Ali's conclusions are solid if Islam is true. We have to show that Islam is not true. Our focus should be to piss on Islam and other religions, because with Islam and other religions, anything can be justified. If you would like to participate in pissing on Islam, then like and subscribe and hit the bell notification and make sure you leave a comment.